来，欢迎继续收看 CIX 每周华尔街，我们全新的单元傲神金股。未来在傲神金股单元，我们会跟各位投资人来介绍我们中文投资网的商业客户。但这些公司除了是我们的商业客户之外，他们更重要的是，我们希望透过对他们的介绍，带给各位投资人来了解最新市场的热点，还有大家可以未来投资的一个方向跟市场的潜力在哪。今天呢，第一个带给大家的就是这个公司 Ideanomics 股票代码 IDEX， 但他们公司厉害的是，他们同时也有旗下电动车的 ETF 指数基金，而且已经在纽交所来上市。他们的负责人呢，最近在纽交所接受了专访，谈他们的 ETF EKAR。我们来看一下 EKAR， 他们主要的持有成分股都是跟 AI 和汽车类股有关的公司，包括大家熟悉的谷歌母公司 Alphabet、Intel、Tesla、Honda、Toyota， 还有 Benz 的母公司 Daimler 这些。我们听听看他们的负责人在纽交所接受专访，畅谈 EKAR 他们看好的未来。
Hello everyone, I'm R.K. Walker here at the New York Stock Exchange, and alongside me today is Kate Lamb, Managing Director and Head of Digital Capital Markets at Ideanomics.
Good morning.
Welcome,
Thank you for
Kate.
having me.
You have an ETF listed right here on the NYSE. Why don't you tell me a little about that?
Well, thank you for asking. It's a very exciting product for the Ideanomics ecosystem, our company, because it speaks very well to our theme. Let me just take a step back and give you a little bit of idea, or at least the viewers who have no idea what ETFs are. They're basically exchange-traded funds. In the past, when an investor wants to buy exposure to a certain asset class, he or she would have to go out there and basically spend, a lot of money and a lot of resources buying, a component, the components of the basket. But since ETF came along, it's arguably one of the most important innovations for financial products because it allows investors to get access to a basket of assets that he or she believes in. So ETFs represent a huge space of asset classes, from traditional things like stocks to fixed income, and of course to alternative asset classes like gold and electric vehicles. I'm very excited about our ETF, EKAR, because I believe that it actually captures a space that is growing. I think we've only hit the tip of the iceberg when it comes to electric vehicles. And we believe that the growth is tremendous. I think if you look at just an example, especially in the United States, right? China is leading the way in electric buses with about 421,000, last count I believe, fleet. The US comes at 300. So if you look at the disparity between the two countries in terms of the use of electric vehicles and electric buses, the US has a lot of catch up to do. But that also speaks to the growth of the space, right? You're not only talking about having buses driving in Brooklyn that are electric, you're actually talking about the whole ecosystem that feeds into the manufacturing of the bus. So we believe that the space is growing. You have a lot of huge companies like Ford, GM, the big players that are getting into this. And so when they get into this, you know that it's a space that they've actually thought about. It's a strategic decision. And so we're an early entrant to this. And I think that we're going to allow the investors to capture the growth as it explodes in the electric vehicle space.
Great. You've recently acquired the Delaware Board of Trade DBOT.
Yes.
What is your goal with that acquisition?
It's actually a very exciting time for financial markets. I think especially when you look at the world of fintech and financial markets in traditional ways. DBOT, we're actually very excited to have more ownership of the broker-dealer. For those who don't know, broker-dealer is licensed by the SEC, and we also have a license for what we call an ATS, which is the alternative trading system. And that enables us to facilitate the flow of capital in the United States.
So it's a great product for us, and it's a great product for everyone involved.
And if you look around, there are not a lot of options for smaller companies to list and then tap capital. And so, DBOT acts as a very good alternative to the New York Stock Exchange, some of the big exchanges, for smaller companies to tap into the capital.
Can you tell our audience how financial instruments are becoming more sophisticated, and what's your role in that?
I love this topic because I don't think financial instruments are becoming sophisticated as much as the system that delivers financial instruments to the investor are becoming more sophisticated, right? You and I were just joking about it before this interview that the floor has, the activity on the floor, to be honest, has decreased, right? That's largely due to systems. Systems nowadays can deliver things faster to us, information flow, price discovery, transparency, and efficiency. And so, I don't think products are getting sophisticated per se, as it is to deliver the products to the investors and the investors' understanding of the products due to the information flow that are readily available to the investors.
刚刚呢，就是大家听到 Ideanomics 他们旗下 ETF EKAR 负责人在纽交所接受专访的上半集访谈。下周我们会跟各位带来下半集的介绍。而同时呢，事实上电动车就是一个未来的趋势，包括在我们中文投资网总部所在的加州，甚至在2029年，政府就会禁止碳排放，也就是说，公车会开始全面的走向电动车的系统。也因此呢，这就是 Ideanomics 他们看好的未来，一个电动公车甚至电动车全面取代现有汽车的一个世界。接下来呢，我们要为各位介绍我们第二个商业客户，就是 Surge Holdings。Surge 呢，最近在我们的节目上，还有在我们的微信上持续的曝光，而事实上，我们越来越觉得他们做的事情相当的了不起。事实上呢，大家知道亚马逊是目前大家在美国想要买东西第一个想到的商店，就在家里按手指头就可以买到你的产品。但大家知道吗？根据报告，亚马逊其实只覆盖了全美72% 的地区，甚至95% 的地方呢是来自16个最大的城市、最富裕的城市，包括像Surge他们总公司的田纳西州，这些都是亚马逊并不方便的地方。今天我们来听听看他们的 CEO 谈为何他们要创建一个美国版的阿里巴巴，来帮助这些农业州的民众。
To be able to support this, to go 3,000 stores a month, because that's not normal. 3,000 stores is a significant number of stores to add a month. Normally you would add 500 stores, but because we've been patient and executed a plan, because a lot of times we do want to go, let's go get a sale today, but why you can get a sale today or get 10 next week if you build your team and infrastructure and software to support it. So we've built everything to maximize, and we will be rolling out with ATAC, this summer, June, July. And once we start, we've positioned this and built it where it can be a rhythm, where it'll go, where I can go out and do what I need to do as CEO, and now our operations people are just working with ATAC because everything has been lined up. The other companies are there. The revenue's coming in. The sales are happening. We're able to support salespeople, stores, products, operations. Everything has been built. This has been a very big operation. We work 7 days a week, and there's a lot of people that work in Chicago, Memphis, El Salvador, Las Vegas that work 7 days a week that have constantly been communicating to get everything prepared for tweaking the software, for moving the money, the banking, for being able to build the relationships with all the manufacturers that are going in at the same time to pull this off. So this has been, no one's ever done the way that we're going to do this. And I've approached Surge from day one to build the company that has the most value a year, 2 years from now, and build something that based on patience and discipline. And then also, failure's not an option. So to build it the right way, where we know that when we are, we get to 50,000 locations, 100,000 locations, that we've built a network, an infrastructure network, where there's also not just a value to our shareholders, but while we've connected manufacturers to sales, like what Alibaba has done, and created that easy interface. Well, we've taken that, but also added the addition of the Amazon, where it's a one-click ordering, and it's functioning in a way where things can be automatically delivered using UPS. And so we've simplified the whole process that's very complicated before. If you have a store, you usually have a distributor that comes in for all your products. You have one guy that comes in for beer, a guy that comes in for chips. There's so many people, there's so many things that you got going on, and these people work very hard, long hours. What we've done, we've simplified everything to build the relationship where you trust Surge, so you would be more likely to buy all the products from us. And everybody now is very used to getting products through UPS, getting it shipped, and so we've utilized also the technology and doing things the latest and greatest way based on how all of us function. We're in the digital age now. You don't have to send a salesperson out every month anymore. Once, yes, but not once you build that relationship and you support it the right way. You don't have to send expensive trucks, expensive salespeople, and infrastructure all over the country. We can operate that using our software interface the same way that Alibaba did it, the same way that Amazon did it. But keep in mind, one of the reasons that we were so excited when we first put the Surge model together is that, again, people don't realize that 35 to 40% of the country cannot buy products from Amazon because they don't have credit cards. They depend on these corner stores very close to their house. So we thought, well, Amazon's a big company. We don't have to be as big as Amazon, but how can we service those customers that cannot be serviced by a company like Amazon or like that? And how can we create something that maybe one day that the bigger companies would look and say, hey, Surge built this infrastructure out. We can sell our products through Surge, and that's where ultimately our value is going to be. And we expect to see, and we anticipate with every store that we add, there's going to be a anticipated significant revenue and profit as we grow. But again, our focus is on building the relationships with the stores, the manufacturers, and the customers so that we can continue this no matter what happens in technology, no matter what happens with products, no matter what changes go down the road. We won't be married to one product. We're going to be married as a relationship where we can continue this, and that's ultimately where our biggest value will be, not just doing millions and millions and millions of dollars of revenue, but it will be millions of dollars in revenue and what we can do by just simply adding more products, leveraging that relationship.
ChineseFN.com 中文投资网，一个赚钱的网站。
下周股票市场又将迎来一系列经济数据的考验。首先是周二上午8点半，美国商业部将公布6月的零售数据；9点15将公布的是6月的工业产出数据。周三2个房地产市场数据，6月的建筑许可和新屋开工数将会在8点半公布。此外，周三上午10点半还将公布上周原油库存变化数据，而下午2点将公布的是美联储的经济褐皮书。本月美联储将会公布最新利率决议，市场几乎确定本月美联储将会降息，但是经济数据仍然会影响今年降息几次的问题，因此经济数据好对市场并不一定是利好。下周财报季又将拉开帷幕，打头阵的仍然是银行股们以及一些互联网的成长股，也非常值得关注。周一盘前，花旗将公布最新财报；周二盘前，我们关注到高盛、富国银行、强生的最新财报，而周二盘后将公布的是美联航。周三盘前，我们关注到美国银行的财报，而周三盘后可能是下周最重要的一份财报，视频流媒体公司 Netflix 的财报即将公布。此外，还有网络购物平台 eBay 的财报，而周四盘前我们将关注到摩根士丹利的财报。那么以上就是下周的美股预告，我是 Laura， 我们下周再见。